parts per billion. How many of you guys have wood in your home? It's safe to assume most of us. I'm a little concerned where the rest of you live and what you use for kitchen cabinets. I'm going to share with you one of my favorite wood cleaning recipes. So, ladies, we're going to take this bottle here, and we're just going to follow the recipe. Can you see the one down there? Nope, perfect. So, we're going to share the almond oil and fill this. You're going to need to leave room, so I would fill it until about here, okay? I like using almond oil because if I use olive oil, it's a little bit thicker, it sits on top of the wood, it grabs its own aroma after a while, but almond oil sucks right into the wood and it restores the wood, it nourishes the wood. So almond oil is my choice for this. And then to that, we add 4 capfuls of the Thieves Household Cleaner. And this just helps clean and polish that wood up. If you're doing your kitchen cabinets and there's maybe a little layer of grease from cooking or dust because, you know, we fail to clean our cabinets every week like we should, right? Then I want you to just spray the cabinets with Thieves Household Cleaner diluted for general cleaning first, and then do this recipe. Then you can make a mess. That's the fun of it. It's called make and take a mess. Then we're going to use 12 drops, ladies, of orange essential oil. And that orange just helps brighten that wood surface. How many of you guys have used this recipe? Didn't it look like you restored that piece of furniture? I had to, it smells fantastic. The aroma is incredible of it. As I've gotten busier and busier in my businesses, and you guys know that I've written a book and I have some other ventures, and so I get a little, I don't get bored very often. I've created a life that doesn't let me get bored. And so one of the rewards I had for myself is I hired a cleaning company. I interviewed cleaners for a full year before I found one that had the same standards as I did on going chemical free, because I live what it is that I write and preach about. I live what it is that I write and I preach about. You will not see me put on perfume. You will not see me wear makeup that isn't chemical free. I live the lifestyle I teach you guys to live. And I think that it is so important when you are looking at books, looking at tools, looking at resources, looking at companies, looking at products. That's why you chose Young Living. That's why she chose Young Living. So we go ahead and we mix this up and we give it a really good shake, and it'll take on a nice chicken color. This is why I love mall green. So now that it's nice and you get that creamy consistency, you just put some on a soft cloth to polish the wood. But when I hired this company that finally I found had the same standards, they started making these recipes from my books, and that's what they're cleaning houses with. And they're sending me before and after pictures of some of the furniture, and it looks like they had the furniture completely restored. And isn't it great that they did that with a chemical-free product? Surface wipes, cleansing wipes. 1,798 parts per billion. I used to do daycare because I wanted to be at home to raise my kids, and I thought daycare is going to be a really great idea. Yeah. You remember how I said conventional cleaners adversely affect mental clarity and focus? How many of you guys in here do daycare? I absolutely love you guys. Love you guys. But on my daycare licensing agreement, my state had to make sure that I had products like this in my home. I was required by the state to use these and clean off the high chairs before babies ate, clean off the counters before the kids ate. Even I have seen daycare parents use it to wipe the children's hands or their mouths. How many of you guys get a school supply shopping list for your kids where you see it contain 2 canisters of cleaning wipes? I bring a diluted, ready-to-go bottle of Thieves Household Cleaner and 2 rolls of paper towels. The number of teachers I've had complain to date, 0. Lead by example. I don't believe in the conventional cleaning wipes and all of the toxic crap ingredients it contains, so why am I gonna purchase it? Because if I buy it and I put it in my cart, I am voting, and I am saying, I love your products, I love your chemicals, please keep making them. So if you're still buying those products, you're saying the same thing. Just because it's on the school supply list, I'm not gonna bend how I feel about my standards, and either should you. If you want to create a movement in your community, then you better start the movement. I enroll every single one of my kids as teachers. My son came home from school a couple months ago and he says, Mom, I got to clean desks today and I got to use the thieves. I said, that's great. He goes, the room smelled so good. All the kids loved it. I said, that's fantastic. Well, except for one kid. I'm like, oh. Child goes, well, he must be a little strange, but I'll fix it. He'll start to like it. Go recruit him, Tyler. Surface spray, 12,000 parts per million. OSHA regulates the carcinogenic VOC formaldehyde permissible at rates of 0.75 parts per million, and we are using products that measure 12,000 parts per million. How many of you guys have a diffuser in your home, or you make a linen spray, and you make a room spray, and you're spraying oils in your room? How many of you guys do that? And we do that because the aroma and the particles disperse so far through the room, correct? The same thing happens when you're using products like this. You are spraying it, and you think it's just for your windows, but it's going everywhere. Swap it out. I love finding hacks for products. Do you want me to share my favorite hacks for this? I love using this. I noticed that when I would wash my dishes, my ring would get really clean and my glasses would get really clean, like crazy clean. Have you noticed that? So I thought, what would it do to my windows? So my mind-blowing glass cleaner. Ladies, take the spray bottle. We're going to use that blue one there. And we're going to do a little bit of vinegar. So if you fill it about 1/3 with vinegar, fill the rest up with water. Not quite the rest, go to, you're going to have to add a capful of Thieves Household Cleaner. There you go. And then you're going to do 6 drops. When you turn this, 6 drops is not 6 squeezes. Otherwise you'll have soapy windows. But turn it, just give it a gentle little squeeze. So don't, if you're frustrated, don't, because then your squeeze is going to be like a death grip. So just do 6 drops of the dish soap and then 6 drops of lemon. I like using vinegar to clean with, but I don't necessarily always like the aroma of vinegar, right? So we add in a little Thieves Household Cleaner, give that boost, and then we add lemon essential oil, and it just enhances the aroma of the product that you're making. In 1976, the Toxic Control Substance Act grandfathered in approximately 65 to 100,000 chemicals that are on the market today. What does that mean? It means that approximately 65,000 to 100,000 chemicals, give or take, that we're using every single day have never been tested. We don't know how they adversely affect the environment, or more importantly, our health. It smells nice, doesn't it? I'm just going to talk like this. See, this is what I love about natural cleaning products. You can spray it, you can put it on, you can spray the people at your make and take next to you. But better yet, toxic labeling requirements are only mandatory if half of the animals that are tested die. So how can we rally for change? You have to know your labels. You have to read your labels. Know what's in it. You're voting every time you make a purchase. The next time you look at your shopping cart, look at what's in it. I used to love going to Target. I remember the first time that I really transitioned out chemical-free and like really made this adjustment. And I go to Target and I'm walking around. I'm like, this is awkward. My cart is empty. I can go buy shoes and clothes. I was there for toilet paper and that was it. And it was really weird just to have toilet paper in your cart at Target. I'm like, this doesn't look right. But I was making my own laundry detergent, my own window cleaners, my own wood cleaners, so many things. So there was so much left to buy. Let's learn about some of these ingredients and what they exactly do. Synthetic petroleum-based alcohol. Increased risk of throat and oral cancer. So let's go ahead and throw it in our mouthwash. Aluminum is a common skin irritant and it's linked to nerve damage and brain disorders. Not to mention abnormal tissue growth. Let's go ahead and throw that in our deodorant. Because I don't know about you, but deodorant works best when it's actually applied to your body. How many of you have also found a hack for the Thieves toothpaste? Those people are in the pit crew. How many of you guys are wondering what I am talking about? They take their toothpaste, use it, and put it under their arms as deodorant. How many just went, what? Works great, smells fantastic. DEA and TEA is a potential carcinogen most commonly used as a phone booster. There are still people looking at their neighbor right now saying, "You gonna do it? You gonna try it? Should we do it? Should we try it?" A lot of people just use the Dentronome. Some people use the Aroma Bright. They've had the same results with both. DEA and TEA, a potential carcinogen most commonly used as a foam booster, emulsifying, and dyeing aid. So let's put it in our shampoos, our conditioners, our bubble bath, our shave gels, our cosmetics. Ladies, swap this junk out. I am so unbelievably passionate about getting this stuff out of your homes, off of your bodies. I work relentlessly to provide the tools and the resources and the products for you guys to just make it a little bit easier for you and easier for you to share. Swap this stuff out. I remember the first class I went to in 2005, and the lady sitting next to me were talking about petrochemicals. And I looked at him, I said, "What's a petrochemical?" And she goes, "Oh, you don't know?" I don't know. What is it? She's like, "I can't believe you don't know." And she says to the person next to her, "She doesn't know." I'm like, "I don't know." And they're like, "You have to know." I'm like, "Well, tell me." They're like, "It's in everything and it's everywhere." And they started listing off the products and the ingredients and what petrochemicals do. And I'm like, oh my God. I got home from that class and I went straight into the shower where Wayne was washing his hair, and I said, let me see that. Let me see it. Come on, hand it over. And I had a garbage bag with me, and I turned it over and I'm like, "Oh, this is full of petrochemicals." And he goes, "What's a petrochemical?" I go, "You don't know?" He goes, "I don't know." I'm like, "I can't believe you don't know." They're everywhere and they're in everything, including this. And I threw it in the garbage. He goes, "What am I supposed to wash my hair with?" I'm like, "Well, I haven't thought that through, so just use water. Until I know anything more, water." So the recipe I made on stage so that I can start swapping out some of these things that even hide under your kitchen sink, and you think, just because I'm using it to clean my jewelry, I'm gonna let this one slide. No, it's so easy to make these products. This is what I clean my jewelry with. Propylene glycol is an antifreeze solvent. Dermatitis, kidney, liver abnormalities, and you know what? Industrial label warnings. So when OSHA goes and sees those big blue drums of chemicals, this one actually says avoid skin contact. So let's go ahead and put it in our deodorants, our cosmetics, our shaving gels. I just saw a cosmetic company say that they were natural and chemical free. Propylene glycol was in every single one of their products, including their lipstick. Sodium lauryl sulfate. This was one of the key things that really opened my eyes, because my son Tyler, my middle child, had such a massive skin irritation when he turned 6 months old, and it took us years to figure it out and get it under control. And one of the things that was constantly irritating it was sodium lauryl sulfate. To the extent that if I were to wash, my mom accidentally washed a pair of his jeans in Tide, and it took me 7 washing cycles before Tyler could wear them again without breaking out. you've watched my video on YouTube on how to make your own laundry detergent. It takes less than 10 minutes and you get enough for 640 loads, and I use it to scrub my floors. Sweet and sassy hair. How many of you use this? Ladies, if you too want more shine, more bounce, and heads turning when you walk by. I met someone this weekend at convention and she said, well, it's good to see that you wrote a book on living chemical free and you clearly are not chemical free. And I said, actually, I have a complete line of non-toxic chemical free makeup and I use 3 products in my hair. The Young Living shampoo and conditioner. I use either the Sweet and Sassy hair, or if I need to curl my hair and I need my hair to hold the curl, I dirty this up with a recipe called My Dirty Little Secret. Oh yeah, who's using that one? Sassy girl. And then if I need to, I just use a little bit of finishing spray, and all you have to do, and it is out there ladies, you just have to search for it, an alcohol-free, fragrance-free hairspray. It is so easy to find these things now on the internet. Just go look on Amazon. So yes, I do live and preach and do a chemical-free lifestyle. So we're gonna take the next spray bottle and we're going to, can you share the vodka? Carla, I need you to share. No, you don't drink it. Then we don't have enough to do our hair. So share the vodka, pour it into the bottle. Yep, go half and half. Carla. Perfect. If you want to dirty this recipe up, just add like a pinch of citric acid, an 1/8 teaspoon of Epsom salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. Shake it until all that salt is dissolved, and spray that in your wet hair before styling, and that will help you hold on to the curl much longer. Dirty hair styles better. How many of you guys knew that? Okay, so now to this, we're going to do 15 drops of lavender. And I'll come back to do the 15 of that, and then do, here's the lemon. We'll do 10 drops of lemon, and then I'll come back to this one with you guys. Talc. Here's what really gets me about this chemical. Directly linked to ovarian cancer. When using talc powder in the genital area, a 60% increased risk of ovarian cancer. Women using feminine deodorant sprays, 90% increased risk. Most commonly found in feminine deodorants, baby powder and cosmetics. If you need to swap out your baby powder, cornstarch infused with lavender is absolutely fantastic. Parabens. This was such an eye-opening ingredient for me. A British study in 1996 biopsied 20 breast cancer tumors. Now here's the eye-opening piece of this study. Up until this point, it was believed that the body excreted paraben chemicals through urine. So they said the body doesn't hold on to it. It doesn't matter what products contain it. This study was so eye-opening because the 20 tumors biopsied all contained parabens. So what do you do if the ingredients aren't listed? What do you do then? Do you ever have that happen?
Don't buy it.
I remember just shortly after going chemical free and just getting really excited about starting this movement. And we had swapped so many things out of the home, and we were making all these products, and we were doing better, and I was starting to feel better, and my energy levels were going up, and I was just so much happier. And I got invited with a group of girls, we get together all the time, to a spa night. And I thought, well, this will be fun. we'll get together and, just have a girls' night. Well, I was told not to wear any makeup because we're gonna be doing facials and just all the girly stuff. So I go, and I remember sitting in the car when I got there and I called my friend and I said, what do I do if they're using products I don't really agree with anymore? Do I just do it and tell myself it's just one night? Or do I stay true to who I am and what's making me happy and healthy right now and use it as an opportunity to set an example? So I walk into the house and the kitchen table was full of products from this company and there were 2 reps there. Don't ever invite someone to a make and take and not tell them that you're going to be learning about the beauty and glory of Young Living essential oils. Let them know up front how amazing the night's going to be. So I get there and all this stuff is set up. I'm thinking, oh crap, this isn't going to go well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do foot soaks. And so we get there and we roll up our pants and we soak our feet and there's fun marbles in the soak tub and she grabs the stuff to pour in. I said, can I read that? And she was sure, and she handed it to me and I looked at it and the ingredients weren't on the bottle and I said, do you think the ingredients are on the box? And she grabbed the box and she brought it, I couldn't find it anywhere on the box. And I said, well, maybe there was like a product insert. Do you think we could look for that and see if there's like an insert on here somewhere that I could see it? It wasn't on the product insert. I said, well, you have a product guide on the table. Do you think it's in the product guide? And she grabbed that, it wasn't in the product guide. I'm like, well, I know that you have the website up on the computer on your laptop. Can you just check quick and see if it's in there? Like, I just get a lot of chemical sensitivities and I just want to make sure that I'm not doing something to disrupt my body and go through that whole process all over again. She goes, sure, I can look. And she comes back and she goes, this is not on the website. Oh, that's okay, we can just use water. So we get to the next step and she's gonna rub lotion on her legs and she hands me the bottle. And I look at it, she goes, I already looked, it's not on there. Okay, was it on that? Nope, wasn't on the box. Perfect. How about that? Nope, wasn't on the product website. I looked in the catalog and I also looked on the website. I'm like, we can just use water. And we get to the third product and she said, it wasn't on any of the stuff again, I'm sorry. And I said, well, it's okay, I'll just skip the facial. She goes, but I called my rep and she said, if you know what ingredient you're trying to avoid, we can tell you if it's in the product because we don't actually give out our ingredients. Huh. I think I'm good. And she goes, well, are there other companies that give out their ingredients? And I said, why, yes, there is. Funny you should ask. Young Living essential oils puts it on the bottle, puts it on the box, puts it on the product insert, puts it in the product catalog, puts it all over the website. And should I not have any of those, I can call the company directly and they'll be happy to walk through the short list that there is. If you've made the commitment to go chemical free, then live that lifestyle, set that movement. How much respect do you have for the person who's telling you to live healthy, but you see they're eating at McDonald's every day? Right? How much respect do you have for the person that's saying, hey, I can teach you how to live a chemical free lifestyle, but they reek of the latest Chanel No. 5? Right? Set your standards. The facts are real. But we ignore them because we think it costs too much. Ladies, when you're using just a little bit of vodka, when you're using just a little bit of sweet almond oil, when you're using just a few drops of essential oils, how much did that cost? Not much. You can make these products for less than $1. I challenge you guys to go to Target and get the window cleaner, the furniture polish, the hair spritz, the jewelry cleaner. Put it in your cart, go check out so you can get the receipt with the total, and then immediately go to the return counter. Just be like, whoops, I didn't mean to buy this stuff. And then get all the stuff to make the stuff, tally out how much it costs, and show people the real comparison because it's mind-blowing how cheap it is to make the products. And when people say, well, I don't have time to make all my own stuff, If you've watched my video on the laundry detergent, a batch that does 640 loads, less than 10 minutes. It is so quick to make some of these things. Or we say that it takes a lot of skill. Ladies, did it take a lot of skill? Really easy to make. We have just debunked those myths. How many of you want to do a make and take? How many of you are now ready to do a make and take? How many of you are still worried you're going to get out the recipe book and then get overwhelmed and close it and say, I'll do it another day? You can be honest, that's why I'm here. If you don't tell me that's the problem, I'm not going to tell you how to fix the problem. I will tell you how to fix the problem. Okay, the first thing that you need to do when you're having a make and take is you need to understand it is okay for you guys to charge for your make and take. Yes, it is okay for you to charge for your make and take. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't overcharge to make a profit, charge to cover your expense. If you have a make and take and you charge $50 for people to attend it, are you showing them that it is cheap to make your own products? No. Especially when it really only costs you maybe $15 to make the products. So, figure out how much it's costing you. You can take the cost per drop of oil. You can take the cost of the teaspoon of citric acid. You can take the cost of an ounce of the vodka. Here's what's really fun. When you go to the liquor store to get the vodka, and you go to the cashier and you say, is this 60 ounces, or can you tell me how many ounces are in here? And he says, oh, someone's having a party with 60 people and everyone's taking a shot. I said, actually, we're making hair spritz. Figure out your cost on everything you're using. Keep a master recipe book where you have those costs written down so you know that if you're gonna have a make and take and you're choosing 4 to 5 things to make, that's it, that you can tally up the price of those 4 to 5 items and know your base to charge for your class. Now we need to invite people. Hey Carla, I ran out of laundry detergent and I don't need to borrow any from you, but the recipe I have is good for 640 loads. I also want to make some bath soap, but the recipe I have makes this massive batch. Would you like to come over with a couple other girls and make this stuff and we can all just split the cost and share it? Awesome. I don't remember what I said to Then I'm going to say the most exciting part, Carla, is we're going to infuse all the products with oils. Now that we know how to invite people, we create the event on Facebook. But do we stop there? No. We pick up this thing called the telephone. And I know that so many of you don't know what this device is anymore because it's really rare to find people that have telephones anymore. Because they're in every single one of your hands right now or your purse. Use it to dial someone and call them up and say the same thing, okay? Call people, invite them on the Facebook event page so they can follow the event, they get the directions, they get the reminder on what time and all that fun stuff. But make sure that you're actually calling people. Send out, how many of you guys get handwritten birthday cards in the mail anymore? Oh no. How good does it feel when you get that card? How about a handwritten invite? Snail mail is amazeballs. When you have the make and take, you are the one that's going to go out and buy all the products. You have your shopping list, right? You go out, you buy all the products, you're providing all the product for your event. Then, you set up stations. If you're going to do a make and take for 5 or 6 people, do it at the kitchen table. But have all the bottles that you need, have all the ingredients that you need, group them into the per item thing with the recipe you're using so it's nice and organized. And just bring out one set at a time. And as you are adding the lemon to the sweet sassy hair spritz, or as you're adding orange to the furniture polish, take a moment and share some of the other things you use those oils for. Because if you have a non-member at the Make and Take, you're getting them excited at all the other possibilities that these products can do and how cost effective they can be. I just did a Make and Take for 60 people. I set up 7 stations. Even though we only made 5 things, I set up 7 stations. At each of the stations was all the things you needed for that particular item you were making. And then at one station, there was foot soak tubs, and they got to shave their legs. I got pink disposable razors. And they got to use, I like using the hair conditioner for the shaving cream. I don't know, because I am cheap that way. And then they got to experience the Mira shave oil. It was so much fun. And then at another one of the stations was just me. So at each of the stations, I had a volunteer from my team that I was having so much fun, and they explained the product, the education on the product, ingredients you needed to avoid, so they got an education piece with it as well. And then at my station, we just sat and talked about chemical awareness, about things to swap out of your home. They got a little bit of essential oil education. And we spent 15 minutes at each spot, and we just set a timer. As in timer, Megan had an air horn. And Megan blew the air horn. And it was so much fun, and everyone had an absolute blast. And we allowed 20 minutes in the front, 20 minutes in the back to just mingle and socialize. Doesn't that sound easy? And fun?
Yeah.
And organized? And a great business tool? Just covered the yellows, the greens, the reds, and the blues. Our responsibility as team leaders, as sponsors, is to educate people how they can use their Young Living essential oil products. It is not okay to just enroll someone. You get the kit and that's it. Every month you should be doing 2 solid must-have classes. Your home experience, where you are teaching them how to use the premium start kit oils, and a home experience where you're showing them all the other amazing things they can do with their oils. And if you do these 2 events every month, 2 weeks apart from each other, when you have a Make and Take and you have non-members attend it, you can say to them, wasn't it exciting? The few oils that we talked about tonight, this one, and this one all come in your premium start kit. Yes, now there are 8 more oils that come in the collection, but here's what I would do. Let's get your account set up tonight. Can you actually see yourself making stuff like this at home, Carla? Can you see yourself swapping these things out and replacing with these? So let's get your account set up, because here's what we're gonna do. In 2 weeks, I'm having a home experience, and we're gonna learn how to use the rest of the oils in the collection. And this is perfect timing, because then when the class comes, your oils will have just arrived. I'm in. No brainer, right? Maybe. How many of you can do that? Do you see now how easy it is to have a Make and Take event? Do you see how exciting it can be to bring non-members to a Make and Take event? Do you see how it can grow your organization? Who is ready to have a Make and Take? I have my inbox flooded with people who message me all the time saying, I did your home experience platform, the Make and Take platform, and I ranked up within months. How many of you are ready to rank up? Please follow the platform and then message me at melissapoepping.com. Contact me through the website, or melissapoepping@gmail.com. I love getting emails from you guys, hearing that you too ranked up. Here are all the places you can follow me and find me. And if you're looking for more recipes, go to the Chemical Free Home on Facebook or thechemicalfreehome.com for more resources. And if you want to chat with me immediately after this, I have to go back to the LSP booth, and that's where I'll be, so that's where you can come find me, just by the main entrance at the top of the escalators. But I have a challenge for you. Who's ready to accept my challenge? I want you to get out your phone, and I want you to create a make and take event. Yes. And the first two people that can run up here and show me the event with the date and that it was created, I have something for you. So get on Facebook, create the event in Facebook, show me that you've created it, run up here, show me you've created it. Here we go, right here. Use this for class.
Wow. Oh my.
There it is. There you go. There's that first two. I'm sorry. You want to give it away or you want to take it home? It's yours to take. You got it? Here. Kyra, go. Blue shirt. Blue shirt. Yep, your blue shirt. There you go. All right, everyone, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your friendship, for your support. I am more than excited for you, and I can't wait to hear how